Alright guys, this is the Aushole here. What the hell am I doing? I'm doing the special delivery quest. I gotta go talk to Jack Cabot. I've been solicited by his subordinates over the last few playthroughs, and I think I'm finally gonna go say hello to the man himself. Private property, no trespassing, so I guess the only way to access this little lot is through the alleys. That's handy.
Hello there.
Hello?
Like painting a huge sign on the
No. Stay off the grass. Are you cool, man?
Move along.
Hello.
Authorized personnel only.
Come on. Talk! Talk, 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 talk!
Go away.
Let me in. Edward Deegan asked me to come here.
Oh, it's you. Good. Come on in.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did fix my mustache. Brotherhood, vertebrates freaking me out, man. Still got Valentine as my companion because he can't bear to part with him.
Come on, let's go meet the
Bros.
boss.
Oh, hello.
What is this place?
Better to let Jack answer that. Come on.
Now, that's one thing that I want in a Fallout game, is the ability to become a ghoul. Ooh.
Jack, the new guy is here.
One moment. I just have to...
He'll be right with us.
Oh, damn. Clearly, I'll need to adjust the mixture. Hello. Welcome to Cabot House. I'm Jack Cabot.
Hi.
What is this place?
This is my ancestral home. The Cabots have always lived here, since long before the Great War. If you're asking what we're still doing here, with Boston in its current sad state, well, that's a story for another time, perhaps.
Edward said you needed to talk to me before he hired me?
Yes, Edward finds it tiresome, but I always like to know personally everyone who works for me. Please, have a seat. How about a drink? Edward, the good bourbon, eh?
Hey, Nick, you're already making
Have a
yourself
seat.
comfortable.
place is more a museum than home.
Now, before we get down to business, I have a question I like to ask all my new employees.
Is this really the time
Don't
for...
interrupt, Edward. The question is this. Do you believe there is other intelligent life in the universe?
Are you talking about aliens? UFOs and little green men?
No. That's all popular hysteria. I doubt any of it has any basis in fact.
I have
I'm
an
talking
actual
about the
alien
hidden
gun.
history of our planet. The very origins of human civilization. Ancient powers that modern science, even at its pinnacle, could barely begin to comprehend.
You think aliens created human civilization?
Well, maybe they should come back. Give it another shot.
Yes, if by alien you mean a non-human precursor to the commonly understood founding cultures. Sumer, Egypt, Assyria. My father excavated a city in the Rub al-Khali in Arabia, which he dated to more than 4,000 years before the rise of any known human civilization. The structures and artifacts were strange, disturbing even. Clearly not constructed for or by humans. I've spent my life trying to decipher what he uncovered.
Jack, can I tell him what I need him to do?
I'm sorry, Edward. I just get carried away sometimes. You're sending him to look for the missing shipment.
Yeah.
Well then, I'd better leave you to it. We'll talk more about this some other time, when things are less rushed. It isn't important now. Welcome to the family.
Okay. You're officially hired. Congratulations.
I'm ready to get to work.
Good. That's part of the job, by the way. It's best to keep an open mind. Jack may be eccentric, but he's definitely not crazy. The job I got for you is simple. Jack owns a facility north of the city. There's an important package that went missing between there and here. I need you to track it down and bring it back to
Oh
me.
my God.
Any questions questions?
Oh my god. Fallout. You doing this to me right now?
Tick-tock.
Okay. Load. Cabot house. Enter. Skip all the conversations so that the couch doesn't glitch me to fucking death.
Let's go meet the boss.
Okay, thank you. Oh god. Are we gonna go meet the boss?
Lead on.
Thank you.
Jack, the new guy is here.
One moment. I just have to...
He'll be right with us.
Oh, damn. Clearly, I'll need to adjust the mixture. Hello. Welcome to Cabot House. I'm Jack Cabot.
Pleased to meet you, Jack.
And I am very pleased to meet you. Edward finds it tiresome, but I always like to know personally everyone who works for me. Please, have a seat. How about a drink? Edward, the good bourbon, eh?
I need to do something about this
This
cough.
place is more a museum than home.
Smoke too much.
Now, before we get down to business, I have a question I like to ask all my new employees.
Is this really the time
Don't
for...
interrupt, Edward. The question is this. Do you believe there is other intelligent life in
There,
the
this is a better
universe?
seat.
The universe is a big place. Anything could be out there.
Wonderful. Most people's minds are too narrow to admit the possibilities of an infinite universe. But I'm not talking about flying saucers and little green men. I'm talking about the hidden history of our planet. The very origins of human civilization. Ancient powers that modern science, even at its pinnacle, could barely begin to comprehend.
That's really interesting.
Interesting's a word for it.
I'm glad to hear you say that. It's become my life's work. My approach is to combine a rigorous scientific method while keeping an absolutely open mind. So much has been closed off to us simply because people assumed they already knew the answers. My father excavated a city in the Rub al-Khali in Arabia, which he dated to more than 4,000 years before the rise of any known human civilization. The structures and artifacts were strange, disturbing even. Clearly not constructed for or by humans. I've spent my life trying to decipher what he uncovered.
Jack, can I tell him what I need him to do?
I'm sorry, Edward. I just get carried away sometimes. You're sending him to look for the missing shipment.
Yeah.
Well then, I better leave you to it. We'll talk more about this some other time, when things are less rushed. It isn't important now. Welcome to the family.
Okay. You're officially hired. Congratulations.
I'm ready to get to work.
Good. That's part of the job, by the way. It's best to keep an open mind. Jack may be eccentric, but he's definitely not crazy. The job I got for you is simple. Jack owns a facility north of the city. There's an important package that went missing between there and here. I need you to track it down and bring it back to me. Any questions?
I hope you have more to go on than that.
Don't worry. I don't expect you to do the impossible. Not on your first day. You should start at Parsons State Insane Asylum. Don't let the name spook you. It's just a secure building that we're using. We think the courier got ambushed as he was leaving the place. The guards heard gunfire in the distance, but we don't know exactly what happened. Check in with Maria at Parsons. She's in charge of the security force there. She can point you in the right direction. You all set then?
I'm out of here.
Good luck. Don't get killed on your first job.
Thank you for not locking me into a conversation. I got a key to the Cabot house already? And you guys are really trusting. Energy weapons are cool and all, but they just don't beat the huge bloody smear that gets left on the ground whenever you use a ballistic or a melee weapon. That's what's important to me. The lamentation of the women. and stuff, I guess. Talk to the guard captain. Alright. Up here. You have to get up here. I wish I had a better Arnold impression than that. I mean, it's not terrible bad, but man, if there's one impression that really knocks me out, it's Arnold, or just a really like deep, like muscly, throaty Austrian accent. It just gets me. So let's find this Cabot house, and well, I mean, we found the Cabot house. Let's find this insane asylum. I'll fast forward there and meet you at the other end. All right, guys, we're back. That whole fast forwarding thing is actually pretty wild. Look at us go. And Valentine apparently teleported ahead of me. You might hear some gunshots off in the distance. I pissed off some raiders, or super mutants, and I dodged them by swimming across the river. Now we talk to this guy.
Just don't bring any trouble down on us.
Bye.
Talk to Maria if you need anything.
Okay, I'll do just that. Thank you. I remember passing through here before and killing all of these people.
This place is off limits. You'd best move along.
Really, that's funny because whenever you're not on this mission, they just shoot on sight.
Edward said you might know where to start looking for the package that went missing.
Oh, you're the new guy. So this package,
A real
pretty sure we know where it is. The
ape-like
guys
face.
that shot Ben are holed up in the Parsons Creamery, just north of here.
Who are these guys? Raiders?
Sure, assholes with guns. Although it's weird that they're still hanging around so close. Kinda like they're scouting this place or something. I don't like it. I'm glad you're gonna finally get rid of them.
If only I could go back and ask, hey, why the fuck can't you do this? But no. Okay. Requires key. I can live without going into the damn insane
Maria's in
asylum.
charge.
Jumbo industrial generator. I was looking at some of the mods that you can get for the game that add settlement parts. One of them is like one of those generators that you can actually build. And the cool part about it is it provides like 75 power to your settlement, and pretty much invalidates the need to build any other generators ever for that particular settlement. And it's a shame you can't share like power between the settlements, because then you just build one and you're done. Because I've got a ridiculous surplus of power at Turing Town. Courier with no glitter. That's what you get. Ooh, spooky. If you want to find out what's there, go. I believe it was the Fail-a-thon or the frequent failure episodes on my Yi playthrough. I'm pretty sure those are the ones where I go to that particular location. It's a nice surprise, is all I'm saying. Okay. It's very pleasant. I suppose it depends on your definition of pleasant, but it's definitely something.
Please don't go through this again.
Oh God, Valentine, why do you suck so bad at this whole stealth thing?
Nothing there now.
Okay. So, we're going to finesse this shit. Alright?
Maybe Lefty won't like it much.
This hand of mine glows with an awesome power, and it tells me to defeat you. Alright, I turned this into a shotgun. Oh Christ. That's not good. For some reason I really like the oh God. Oh my God, I can't hit with it for anything. It's like a musket. Oh my God, it is a musket. There we go. Hit with all Particle beam, sir. Mysterious serum.
Not doing them much.
I'm gonna put it in my butt. That flight helmet is so good. It upsets me that more of these clothing items aren't able to be armored up with the ballistic weave. You can get a fucking courier hat, a damn little newspaper boy cap, and you can line that shit with ballistic weave and grant it like plus 110 armor. But you can't do it to a fucking flight helmet? Is that what you're telling me? Are they incompatible for some reason? Like, what kind of garbage is that? And, ooh, that was spooky. Well, that's a big gripe of mine. Like, I don't appreciate that. Ooh, hello. Toy rocket ship. Pretty much everything up here is something on my to-do list for, crafting. Raider, waster. Do you, your strong friends, your powerful friends,
This is bullshit.
do they come in to fight me? Which of my weapons is a rifle? 7. No.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Get shot in the dick, dog. Hickory dickory dog. Oh god, I'm dying. Okay. Well. I don't like it, I don't like it!
Lights out for you.
Alright. Tactical approach. No, don't use your action points, please. Oh, that was some sharp shooting techs. Makes the exact same scream every time you get shot in the face. Oh my god, that was a good shot actually. I wasn't expecting because there's the energy rounds have heavier travel time than pretty much any other weapon type in the game. And so I was really concerned that I wasn't going to be able to land any of those shots, or at least those last shots that were just kind of, what do they call it? Snapshots, where I just kind of swing around and click a button. But I'm pretty sure it worked out. My marksman skill is something renowned the world around. So I got my mysterious dang-ass serum. And we're 20 minutes into the clip, so let's see what I can squeeze out of the next 10 minutes, and maybe run a few over. So I want to try and keep these episodes on the shorter side. Mind you, it might not actually be... oh god. Oh, I thought that was Codsworth. Hey Codsworth, what the fuck are you doing here? These aren't my glasses. But I want to see if I can start editing these things down to be a bit more bite-sized. Because I know a lot of my content has just been kind of sloppily put together. I'm slowly learning more about video editing software, and despite all of Lightwork's failings, it looks like...
And I want her found.
She's not missing, Mother.
Do you know where she is?
No, but that
Your
doesn't
sister
mean...
is missing and I want her found. What else is Edward for if not to keep the family safe?
I'd be happy to send someone to look for her, ma'am. It's not
Mother, Edward has better things to do than sending someone out to find Imogene. Again.
I can't bear to think what might be happening to Imogene right now.
I'm not going to have Edward drop everything.
So did you find
just
out what
because
happened to the
Imogene
courier?
Decided to take a lover again.
Jack, how dare you speak so disrespectfully about your sister?
Okay.
I insist you send someone to find
Just
Imogen.
some raiders that ambushed him.
I don't like raiders operating so close to Parsons. I hope this isn't the start of something serious. What about the serum he was carrying? Did you get any of it back?
If she wanted us to know where she went, she would have told someone.
There was only this one vial left.
Oh, good. I was afraid we wouldn't get any of it back. Here's your pay for the job. I'm throwing in a little bonus for bringing back the serum. That was good work. Now, as far as what's next. Oh, hell. I guess it's time you met Wilhelmina. Jack's not gonna be happy about it. Come on.
This place is more a museum than a home.
Maybe even lying dead in a ditch, and you don't even care.
Mother, will you let it go, please?
Imogene is out there.
Oh
Jack,
yeah, check that shit out.
I'll take care of it.
Look at me. Look at how badass
Mrs.
I am.
Don't worry.
I'm a pool
I'll
star.
send someone to find Imogene.
Thank you. I can
Oh, God.
always count on you.
Wait.
Why can't you be as devoted as dear Emma?
You shouldn't
What?
indulge her, Edward. It just makes it more impossible to deal with next time.
Doing my job.
Oh, shit.
Speaking of which, here's all we got back
Okay,
for the last
not
delivery
playing
from Parsons.
Any more pool? I'm sorry,
Raven's got The
Valentine.
rest of it, I'm sorry to say.
Ah, good.
Wilhelmina
Finally. This will
is a
help
terrible
settle
name.
Mother down.
Imogene is Jack's
Zeta
sister.
Gun.
You probably figured that out yourself. She's, a little flighty. Impulsive. From time to time, she runs off. Usually with a new boyfriend. Then I send somebody to bring her home.
Great. The sister's even crazier than Jack.
She's not crazy. She just wants the world to be a different place than it really is. I don't know where she's gone, but I can give you a place to start. She's been spending a lot of time in Good Neighbor. That's a jazz club there, the third rail. Somebody there must know something. She's not known for keeping her mouth shut.
What if she doesn't want to come home?
Obviously, as one of the family, you can't just knock her in the head and drag her home by her heels. Usually, by the time I send someone after her, she's gotten bored with the whole thing and is ready to come home. I'm sure you'll think of something. You're supposed to be resourceful, remember?
Talk to me like that again. See what
Seems
happens.
like an awful advanced setup for a
Cigar.
civilian, don't you think?
Cigar box. Door. What do you guys think is behind that door? You want to find out? Womp. Ooh, I'm the ghost of Christmas past.
You get caught pilfering around here, you don't get thrown in the pen. You get thrown in a grave.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay, this is good. It's good practice, right? Lorenzo Cabot's journal. Ooh. Okay, Thursday, 8th February, 1894. Off Cape Cod, aboard SS Wakeful. I'm finally away. Imogene and Wilhelmina came to see me off. Imogene begging me not to go as usual. Poor girl, she takes these partings hard. Jack wasn't there, of course. He thinks I'm making a laughing stock of the whole family with these expeditions. He has no time for what he calls ancient superstitions. No matter. This time I'll return with proof that even Jack will not be able to deny. So, the names are the same, and it's dated from the 1800s. And as far as I'm aware, the wars happened in the 1900s, and so this is like the 2100s in the post-apocalypse. So these guys have to be awful old. Saturday, 10th of February, 1894. In the Atlantic, aboard SS Wakeful. The weather is fine, and the captain promises a quick crossing to Lisbon. The red tape involved in organizing this expedition tried my patience, almost to the breaking point, but I'm sure it was better to obtain the necessary permits from the Omani authorities through the State Department. I can only hope that my sheaf of documents and ready cash will be enough to placate the local governor when I arrive. Wednesday, 21st February 1894, and the Western Mediterranean aboard the SS Wakeful. So far so good, uneventful crossing. Metternich was waiting for us in Lisbon with the welcome news that he had perfected his electrical sensing apparatus, which is now safely on board in its crates. If it works as well as he claims, this may save us weeks or even months of excavation work. Monday, 5th of March, 1894, Suez, Egypt, or however that's pronounced. Still waiting to finish hiring our team of diggers. I am beside myself with impatience to be on my way. We are so close now, but I know from long experience that we will have better luck with an experienced Egyptian team than relying on the locals. Wednesday, 14th of March, 1894, so that was 9 days later. Salalah, Oman. At last, we docked yesterday and have been unloading at a feverish pace. Any more delays and we will be in danger of having to postpone until the summer heat has passed. Friday, March 16th, so that was 2 days later, near Wadi Adyam, Oman. We are on our way, nothing more stands in the way but the impenetrable desert and the secrets of the ages. Ha, I welcome those challenges. They seem like child's play after the endless delays and paper-shuffling bureaucrats I've had to overcome to get here. Thursday, 29th, so, what was that, 13 days later? Empty Quarter, Arabia. We have reached the spot without incident. Some superstitious grumbling from our local guide, which I take to be a good sign. Tomorrow we see if Metternich's apparatus works. If not, we begin digging in the traditional way. Saturday the 30th, so another day later, Empty Quarter, Arabia. Metternich's apparatus has been bulky, sand in its delicate workings, no doubt, but he has obtained a favorable reading in a depression to the south. Heat during the day is tremendous. We'll set to work tomorrow and see what we see. The 2nd of April, so that was 2 days later, or 3 days later. I forget if there's 31 days in March. Empty Quarter, Arabia. Nothing yet at the Southern Depression. Metternich swears that it wasn't a false reading. 2 more days, then I'll have to begin a search grid across the whole site, as disappointing as that will be. 3rd of April, success. Late this afternoon, the diggers struck worked stone, apparently the edge of a large circular structure. More trouble from the guide. The wisdom of not hiring diggers locally now even more apparent as they pay little attention to him. Ubar, Empty Quarter, Arabia. I'm now convinced we have found Ubar itself. We've uncovered several fragmentary inscriptions with runes that match the ancient texts. We've made excellent progress clearing part of what appears to be a monumental plaza. The 18th, all work is stopped. Sandstorm, one of the worst I've ever experienced. We're huddled in our tents in the lee of one of the large outcroppings and must hope to ride it out. The darkness is complete, although it is mid-morning. Sandstorm continues for a 3rd day, like nothing anyone has ever seen. The guide is becoming very troublesome. Some of the diggers are beginning to listen to his wild tales of ancient curses and forbidden secrets. Even the normally phlegmatic Metternich is beginning to show signs of cracking under the strain. The sandstorm is over, but 2 weeks of work has been undone. The area we had cleared is now buried under several feet of new sand. The guide disappeared in the night. We won't miss him, but the diggers are even more unsettled. Thursday, May 3rd, Empty Quarter, Arabia. We've located what must be the foundations of the Great Temple. So far nothing but stone and rubble, but something must have survived. Weather getting worse by the day. Metternich is talking again of resuming work in the winter, but I won't hear of it, not when we're this close. May 13th. I must record everything while it's fresh in my mind, although it's hard to concentrate with the crown right here in front of me. It's almost unbelievable, even to me, that I hold it in my hands, an artifact so clearly not made by any human civilization, but let me set down how it happened as clearly as I can. We had worked for at least a week to clear the shaft beneath the Great Temple. Even the diggers had caught the excitement. Then we hit solid stone, a cyclopean block, series of blocks as it turned out, obstructing the tunnel, clearly deliberately sealed by the builders. We almost despaired of getting through. 3 days of laborious pickwork. I wouldn't risk explosives here of all places, then break through into darkness. I was first in. The dust of ages covered everything, clearly a burial crypt. Sarcophagus at one end of the chamber. We lifted the lid, and inside, even I fell to my knees in shock. The diggers that were helping us fled. Metternich white-faced. I feared he was having a heart attack. Luckily, no. We'll make a full catalog of the tomb in the morning. I ordered it sealed up overnight. Not that I really believe any of the diggers would dare to enter it again, but better safe than sorry. I removed only the crown, reverently, without disturbing the body or any of the other artifacts. And so, vindication! The crown waits, gleaming as if new made, although I know it's older than any human artifact ever uncovered. Later, I now know that the city's name was not Ubar, and that this building was not a temple, and what was beneath it was not a crypt. I have so much to learn and so much to teach Wilhelmina and Jack and Imogene. When we return, we will return together. Monday, May 14th. Metternich was extremely surprised to see me wearing the crown this morning and tried to argue with me when I ordered the men to bury everything we've uncovered. It doesn't matter now. The sandstorms will erase all evidence that we were ever here long before anyone can stumble across the site again. And the city's location is now safe with me until I can return and uncover more of her secrets when I am ready. That's wild.
There we go.
Alright, so we did some fancy schmancy sleuthing via a
You know, I can probably make that terminal talk for you.
you
if you
can't
ask
make
me.
shit talk, dog. That's what you don't understand about me, Valentine. Is I'm a master hacker. Okay, so I'm going to F5 here, so because I don't currently have any hostiles on the radar, and this, whatever's in this terminal, is going to finish up the episode, regardless of whether it's exciting or boring or whatever. So, it's, I'm pretty sure this is the first master level terminal we've come across in here that I was actually qualified to tackle, so, you know, if you don't have that last perk, or at least second to last perk that lets you hack master level terminals, you can't even access the computer to make the attempt, rather than just kind of escalating the difficulty. So let's keep going. Okay, and this is our opportunity. Oh man. Imogene Cabot. Another unwanted gift from my loving brother. Still, it might be interesting to play around with. So that's 1968, 1984, and then it goes into 2000s, and then the 2100s. This whole computer thing turned out to be more interesting than I thought. I've been learning a lot from various BBSs. Jack's been griping about some mistakes he made in setting up his terminal, so I poked around until I found the file. It would be simple to fix it for him, but not nearly as much fun as watching him try to solve it on his own. So Imogene's good at computers. Was just playing around with some new ideas and hit upon a good gag. I wonder how long it will take Jack to figure it out. Went to see Father again. I just showed up at Parsons and threatened to make a scene until Jack finally agreed to let me go down. I don't know why I keep going. Father puts on quite an act for me, but I know it's not really him. Not since he got back from his trip wearing that horrible crown. I keep hoping that somehow he'll come back, that I'll eat... God! Let me just stutter through this whole sentence, God. That I'll see even a glimmer of the real person again. Maybe Jack will eventually succeed, as annoying as he can be. I can't deny that he's very smart. Okay. I went off the serum for a whole month. I thought I could stick with it this time, but when you actually feel yourself getting older by the day, and you know you can fix it, it's hard to give up youth and beauty voluntarily. I bet most people couldn't do it if they had the choice. Apparently the Robco techs don't even know how their own systems work. I mean, it's just a simple bat file in the root directory of the database server, for crying out loud. Hardly the hack of the century or anything. So those are like decades apart, or a decade apart. Things are just going from bad to worse. The things Robert tells me, most people don't even know how bad it is, and here we sit, safe in our little Cabot family bubble of privilege. I've tried to talk to Jack about it, but he's in his own world as usual. I doubt he even knows what year it is. And Mother, don't even get me started. Her whole life is a state of denial. I know this is insane to even think, but maybe this is for the best. You'd think I could just get a gun or some poison if I really wanted to end it for myself, but I could never be that deliberate. How selfish I must be to think that I need the world to end as a way for me to get out of killing myself. It's happening. I think a bomb must have hit somewhere near. Power is out all over, as far as we can see from here. The emergency power is still in the house, but not for long. Edward and Jack went to try to get to Parsons. Priorities, you see. Jack left Anders in charge here. He seems competent enough, but there's something about the way he's been looking since it happened that I don't like. I better get back to Mother. I got the power back on again. Things are very bad, but I would never admit this to anyone. But this is the most fun I've had since I can remember. I'm not bored anymore. Maybe this is how most people feel all the time. I really can't remember how I felt before the serum. Oh, and Anders is dead. I killed him. No one can believe it. 2 days after Jack left, he decided that the Cabot house belonged to him, and Mother and I would have to leave. I can't really blame him. I mean, it was the end of the world. I'm not sure most employment agreements cover that, but he made the mistake of underestimating me. He didn't know how fast I was, or how strong. I'd just have to make him leave. Or, I would have just made him leave, but he decided to fight. Probably better that way. One less person out there who knows about what we have here. We haven't heard from Jack for a week. He and Edward made it to Parsons, at least. Jack radioed when they arrived. Tried to be cheerful as usual, put on a happy face for Imogene, but who really knows if they're going to manage? At least Edward is with him. If anyone can get through this, it's Edward. Jack made it back, finally! He says Edward is very sick from radiation. He left him at Parsons. I don't think he expects him to live. I'm not sure why neither of us is sick. I was out quite a lot, now that I think about it. Maybe another of the many benefits of Jack's magic serum. I'll have to thank Father the next time I see him. It turns out that eventually even the apocalypse can get boring. Jack and Edward are too good at keeping us safe. It looks like the Cabot family is immune from the end of the world. Just like everything else. We just shrug it off and keep on going. Just like everything... Oh my god. Just like we always have. Sometimes I'm very pleased about that. It makes me feel incredibly superior. Sometimes it makes me really sad. Most of the time, it's just boring as hell. I've stopped even telling anyone where I'm going. The world isn't as dangerous as Jack says. There's still people out there living their lives like they always have. I guess more of them are just willing to kill you now, but that's probably just because they can. I always got the feeling that plenty of people would have liked to see us dead before. They just couldn't get away with it. In the last entry... I don't know how Jack keeps himself busy day after day. You'd think he'd realize that it was hopeless by now. After all these years and years, maybe he's just going through the motions the way I am. Or maybe he stopped trying to cure Father. I mean, what happens after? To us. I'm the only one that's ever tried to go without the serum. Maybe Jack and Mother think they could just give it up, but I think they're fooling themselves. Yeah. 2251. So this time span here was 1968 to 2251, but the records from their father and his journal started in like the 1800s. That's bonkers. Folder. Okay. There's no journal in here. He doesn't like poop and write a diary. That's what I would do if it was the apocalypse. I'd just write about my feelings on the toilet all day. This is where I found the other one. Anybody heard that fancy cover of Hello? Oh my god. Okay, let me stop glitching. Or let me re-glitch
It's almost
so
like
I can
the war
de-glitch.
never even happened in here. Almost.
Jack says there's no hurry about finding Imogene, but he doesn't mean it.
Okay, so TCL. Oh god. What have I done? Ah. Alright, so that was some interesting exposition. I'm going to go ahead and post this video, and I hope you guys have a great time. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. I want to hear what you guys think. Tell me if I'm doing good, bad, shitty, great, or just point me in the direction of something really fucking cool that you found that I don't know about. In the meantime, I'll see you guys next time.